Hello everybody and welcome to my YouTube. You are watching Tarot with Kuka and today is Wednesday, July 1st, which brings us to another weekly installment of Wellness Wednesday. So remember, if you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. So today I thought I would try something super different, and also it's helping me take that next baby step on building my confidence, in which with these two decks I am going to do a live shuffle. So I'm going to do a live shuffle with the Healing Mantra deck, which will give us our positive vibes, as well as pulling a card from the Keepers of the Light deck by Kyle Gray, in which let's see who's wanting to work with us this week. So let's get started. So we've actually had a very busy week with some of the retrogrades. Mercury retrograde, I know, has affected communication and electronics. So if things are going a little wongo for you, this is why. But let's keep things in the positive. And so let's see what positive words are in store for us this week to focus on. So let me do a quick shuffle. And as usual, I have already grounded and protected myself with my light team. And so any message that I receive is of the divine source and is protected by the white light, surrounded by pink light of love. And so with that, let's just do one more shuffle. I know I'm a lousy poker dealer because I think everybody can see my cards. So with that, now it's just a cut, and then I'll oh, here we go. Wow. I cannot make this up, folks. So this card is what we pulled from last week. Only I have to feel good about my choices. So what's what is really exciting about this is that the universe is really trying to get us to assert about us being confident in our choices. And in one of these ways, it is about unraveling codependency, if you remember. So the message on the back of this card is unraveling codependency. And what I kind of see with these little circles is each circle is getting higher and higher until it is broken free, and then look how it is just radiating. So, you know, I think right now with everything that is going on, with the call for change, one of the things right now about us moving forward and healing is the forgiveness of ourselves, the forgiveness of others, and it's about releasing guilt and shame. I don't know, I think, collectively we're all in a different space, and I'm not saying one way or another is right or wrong. But like I say, if you have been reflecting on your actions or your feelings, or even something you may have innocently done, right now is the time to forgive yourself, so that we can start anchoring the light, because the change, I can just feel it. The universe is just ready to bring about this positive change for the future for our kids. I mean, these are exciting times, and I hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm so scared because of this and this. The thing is, I'm not going to trivialize, because your perception is absolutely real. If what you see is scary, this is the time where we need to start anchoring the light. And boy, once that light takes hold of the earth, and beautiful things will start to happen. I can feel it. And and one of the things that has been coming into my head is that the light always wins. And so with that, be excited, don't be fearful. We're going to be going through some exciting changes for the better. So let me do a little recap about unraveling codependency, in which this phrase here is super empowering. Because, again, if you come from a place where you don't feel you're worthy, or, you're afraid of your actions and how it may affect somebody else, this is empowering. So we're going to take a deep breath, and then we're going to recite it 3 times in between each breath. So let's begin. Deep breath in. Release. Only I have to feel good about my choices. Deep breath in. Release. Only I have to feel good about my choices. Deep breath in. Release. Only I have to feel good about my choices. Relax. Doesn't that just feel so much lighter? So let me read for you from the guidebook from Matt Kahn for the Healing Mantra deck. When codependency unravels, you are able to move freely in the direction of your heart's desire without needing permission from others. That is freedom. As codependency fades, you are able to honor the emotional reactions of others as crucial stages of their healing journey without taking responsibility for them. Very empowering. So this mantra, as a reminder, is ideal for healing family dynamics, cultivating emotional freedom, and reclaiming personal power. So again, only I have to feel good about my choices. So I'm really excited to see who wants to work with us this week about working with our empowerment, gaining our voices, feeling empowered about the choices we make. So let's get to shuffling. So as you know, I've already cleared my decks. I cleared the energy from the last read in which we drew in Serapis Bey. And I don't know if those of you who picked up working with Serapis Bey, but homeboy reincarnated as Leonidas. He went from a high priest in Atlantis to somebody who helped build the Egyptian empire to Leonidas. All I can say is badass. And so I just want to give thank you for Serapis Bey for coming into our lives, and those of us that chose to work with him. I hope you felt the magic that I have. So I'm going to cut the cards, and then we're going to shuffle. And so quickly. Wow! I'm sorry, this is like really super cool because, the last time I used this deck and you saw me shuffle and homeboy came back out again. So the universe really, the universe is really wanting to work with us, and it's reminding us to feel empowered about our choices. And so again, only I have to feel good about my choices. And here we have Serapis Bey wanting to continue to work with us and reach out to those of us who may have missed out on this message. And so Serapis Bey is about ascension. Move into your true self. Rise above the darkness. The light is, oh my gosh, the light is here. I'm getting like angel bumps. This is just so cool. Like I said before, the light always wins. Serapis Bey is just an awesome human being. He was a high priest in Atlantis, and he left for Egypt, and after his departure from Atlantis, well, it fell. He is also, responsible for helping build the pyramids, and I believe his children became Egyptian gods. And then he reincarnated as Leonidas, in which, his army of 300 took on an entire empire. Yes, they were ultimately defeated, but 300 men stood their ground bravely, and this was Serapis Bey. He is one awesome mofo. And so, let's, so, wow, let me read you from the guidebook. And I may have to take that out. I don't know. Let's see, because the camera just fell, so that's why. Okay, so from the guidebook, page 98 of The Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray, Serapis Bay Ascension. So about ascension, it's literally about us rising to our higher selves and into aligning ourselves so that we are getting closer with the alignment of the light and connection. And the ascension, you know, I always think about how Jesus Christ ascended, you know, and he is one of our ascended masters. Buddha, Kuan Yin, Merlin, Moses, many people. And also, you know, remember, take a look at some of these people beforehand. Moses, you know, he was, you know, people didn't exactly pay attention to him, and look what he did. So let's go into about Serapis Bey. He is the light keeper in charge of ascension. He once served as a priest in Luxor, Egypt, helping those passing on to cross over into the light. Now he's a presence we can call upon in order to ascend. Ascension, wow, I was wondering about this. Ascension means rising up. It reminds us of the story of Christ being resurrected after death. This means that Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. And you know what? That is truly possible, because like I said, where I have come from, it was my darkest time. And, you know, my time where I turned my back on God, it was the loneliest time in my life. And the whole time, God never turned his back on me. And so I love this, because this is a gentle reminder that, you know, the ascended masters, the angels, they're here to help us. So Serapis Bey can guide us from the lowest states of being back to the light. His energy is almost like that of a phoenix, giving us support to move out of our own hell or darkness into a space that supports our growth. And my gosh, collectively, we all need that. I think, you know, this recently, I think we've all in some way have created our own personal hell. And that's not what the universe intends for us. They want us out. They want us aligning with the, and I say they, it's actually the universe. God wants us aligning with the one. So the extended message here is the stars cannot shine without darkness. You may have experienced a low state of being, trauma, or depression, but this is a new beginning. Become aware of the growth. There is always room for improvement. There is also a sense of presentation now. You may be receiving documentation or certification to acknowledge your growth or experience. Yeah, and I actually just found some of my certificates from some of the courses I just took. So, wow, that's pretty cool. It's important to cherish this time and to realize that without the challenges or obstacles you have faced, you wouldn't be as strong, powerful, or focused as you are today. You are ascending personally and spiritually at this time, and the universe is here to support it. So remember, people, it's like we're not called out, you know, even if we're still kind of in a state of mind where we feel it's like, I can't talk to God right now. I'm too pissed off at the world with everything that's going on. You know what? It's totally okay. It's totally okay to talk to God in this. Because what I have found is when I've approached God like this, where I was angry and I was all rah, 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 you know, just barking and, you know, this and that, why me, blah, blah, blah. You know, by the end of that conversation, you know, I knew God was hearing me, but I was in such a state that I couldn't receive God's message. But what I did feel was that God calmed my angry heart. So I knew in a way God heard me. It was just my stubbornness and, you know, my lack of self-worth in believing that I was worthy to hear him. And eventually, you know, things came around. You know, angels tapped into me first, Archangel Michael. And, you know, I found that God was communicating through the angels. And these oracle card decks, you know, like I say, the messages that come through are coming from God, from the universe, from the source, from love. And so if it's a repeat message, it's maybe not that I haven't learned, but maybe there's more to grow from, you know. So I'm not looking at this as a personal thing where it's like, oh, okay, Nora, you haven't really, you know, you haven't connected with Serapis Bay, so he's still tapping into you. Or, you know, maybe you still need to deal with your choice. We all do. But at the same time, it's like you have an ascended master here who is willing on the sidelines, because they will not interfere in our lives. We have to ask them to come in. And so what I can recommend, you know, we can, I'm not like a major master or anything like this, but, you know, we can take a quick little focus and again, you know, let's ground our feet to the floor. Do not cross your legs. Keep your hands in a relaxed position. I usually like to have my palms up. And if you would like to take the next few minutes just to meditate, so that maybe collectively we can get Serapis Bay to connect with all of us. So let's take a deep breath in. Release. Let's clear our minds of any negative thoughts and just fill our thoughts with love and connecting to God, to the source, to the middle of the universe, where there is nothing but pure love. And then let's protect ourselves and surround ourselves with the white light. And surrounding that white light of divine light is the pink light of love. And as we ask the light to surround us and fill through us and connect down our feet and into Mother Earth, we then ask this beam of light that is just filling and uplifting and just burst out through the top of our heads and connect with God, the source, the creator, whoever you want that to be. They're all the same. They're all one. And as we connect, sending that white beam of light to connect with the source, we ask gently and kindly that our thoughts and prayers are now protected, and that we ask Serapis Bay to come into our safe space, into the white light that we have surrounding us, and say hello. You have our permission to guide us as we connect to the source from here on out, in any time and any direction. All we need to do is call your name, and we are connected. And it is so. And let's give thanks to God, to the source, for connecting us to a beautiful, wonderful, magical ascended master, Serapis Bay. Welcome. And we thank you for your guidance and for protection from here on out, throughout time and any space and in any direction. And it is so. Namaste. Amen. Take a deep breath, open our eyes. If you felt light with that, and you welcome Serapis Bay, it's a great feeling. He is beautiful, he is gentle, and he is wise. So with that, my beautiful people, not my beautiful people, we're all beautiful people connected to God. How about that? Yeah, that's the way it is. It is us. So thank you for watching this video. I send you love, that all the love that I can give, the light that is from the source, and many, many blessings. Take care.